Absolute cracker of a day here. So we are getting ready for the annual bike trip. Me and the two junior Bobs, older junior and junior junior. We'll work out the names as the ride gets underway, I imagine. But this year we're all on our Harleys. In my recent post, you saw the lowrider that elder Bob has. I forgot. Oh, Dinah Bob. That's right. Dinah Bob's got his bike, now called Black Beauty. Junior Bob, of course, has had the Ultra for a while, called the Black Stallion, and of course, I have the Black Knight. So, going to go over a little bit of what's been done to the bike to prep it, and then we'll go over a little bit of the stuff that I'm taking and how I pack. It's been quite a cold start to summer here, so I've actually put the lower guards on, and that's just to give a bit of wind protection really to any sort of cold starts or any rain, so it's just good to have them on. I've got the space on the bike. I'm not completely packed up to where it's chocker. Again, from recent videos, you'll see that I'll have put the swing arm bag on the side here. Just refer to that short if you need to have a little look. That just gives me a little bit of extra quick access to my wallet, keys, sunnies, hat, stuff like that when we make stops. But from front to back, we've got the screen on. Now, I have been running it, you can see a bit of tape there, with this little extender, only because with the 3/4 helmet that I've got, which is new, I'm not sure I've shown that yet, may have shown that on the channel, but that sort of one, you do get still a little bit of buffeting under the chin. This just extends my screen. A new screen is, another grand, which I'd like to get, but it's another $1,000 just to give it sort of a couple more inches, which I think would do the job. Going to take it out for a ride today and really make up my mind whether it's to want to put the screen extender on it for the week or not. It doesn't look too bad, but I don't really want it on if I can help it. Anyway, GoPro mount here. Actually, that's where my riding mascot, not for any other reason except that he's been on a number of rallies. You may have seen him in videos, Mr. Marvin. And Junior Bob has Mr. Chippy on his one. So actually, I'm a grown man, but that's just that's where my little toy goes. I've put my GoPro mount on this side, just for any handlebar footage that sort of helps us get up from, there's nowhere really to mount it down below, so that's just where that's going to go. For the week, a very subtle, if you can see it, with all the shadowing from where you can see, very simple cut out, a bit of that protective film sticker. It's a knight's helmet of some form, just for the trip. It's a bit of fun. So we've got the lowers, the screen, just the one mirror's fine. GoPro mount or Mr. Marvin's home. Got a bit of tank protection already on this bike, which is really good. Routed that cable so it goes through a little bung. It was sort of flapping around a bit, so that's nicely secured. Got the phone mount, so not that we need these things really, because we know where we're going, but I like to listen to a bit of music in between times. So I've made it so that you can just use a GoPro mount, a shoe, to mount this with. So it's a Jivy phone mount that's been adapted, and then I've made a little mounting bracket with a couple of other items, and then it just goes on there. So can take that off at night if we're at a motel or something like that. Just pop that in, push the rubber down, and it's already in its sort of ready position. And then of course this bike, being a 19, one of the Milwaukee era ones, got a little jack under there. Now recently, of course, you may have seen my oil catch can. Moved it from there. Originally it was going to be there. I've moved it forward to give myself the leg room. I have emptied that, not from full, but I've been on 2 rides, and I have emptied that from both rides just to see. Both rides have had oil, mist, and quite a bit of water in there. So that is working from the 2 vent points that we bunged out the back of the airbox. Instead of going into the intake manifold, it now vents through to this T section, across the top of that front cylinder, well, just slightly, probably more in the middle, catches it in there, I guess distills it, or it cools and then gathers in there. This unscrews and you just can pour it out every few rides, and it just stops all of that gunk going back into the motor. It's quite obvious, but I sort of like that I painted it up and sort of made it part of the look of the bike, so it's not too terrible. I mean, you've got that jockey shifter right there as well, so that's the clutch cable through there, jockey shifter, so that's not conventional anyway, so it's got a few items on it that make it look a bit different. Backrest, invaluable, came with the bike. It's not a Harley item. I don't think you can get that type of thing for this bike from Harley, except if you buy the whole new seat with a backrest that's in and out. Again, another $1,500, so it just all adds up. So day bag, and then the pannier set because it's a heritage, and then we've got the top trunk, which will be for shoes. This will actually be for my clothes bag and for 2 pairs of shoes, and that can just sort of stay closed, and that's an on-off detachable unit, which I think most things are now. And then in this side is going to be, that's almost the most available side at the moment, because I've got, as you'll see in a moment, but I've got a pack that'll just sit in there, the Jivvy quick access sort of bag that'll have items that I might want to access but may not want immediately, or to have them stored in a more permanent way in these bags. So we'll go over what's going to go in that bag. That's almost spare. We've got a middle one here. That and that, I think, will have enough. So the thing about me and traveling, and this is true of when the children were small and when we used to go camping and on holiday, is, I do all the meticulousness of packing. And we would have everything and probably more than whatever we needed. So when it comes to going away on the bike, the challenge I have for myself as a person is don't take everything. You're only going for a few days. Just take what you need. I mean, in a dream sort of world, in that sort of sense of being a free biker type of person, it would be that I would take the clothes that I'm in, maybe my wallet, and like with a credit card in it, and that would be sort of free on the road. While that's idyllic, there's something about that I just can't do. So I do have to take everything in a minimal kind of way as much as I can make it, so that I have what I want. I feel that if I get stuck or I'm in need of something, I'm going to have that. But without really like almost sticking a trailer on the bike, or even just driving a car. Maybe I should just buy one of those Harley F-150 edition trucks and then just be done with it, because then I'll have all the room that I need. Or will I? So let's just go to the bench and I'll show you what I've got laid out so far as to how I pack when I go on a trip. All right, just a quick look at what's in here. So rain cover for the air intake. That's from the bike. And again, I write on everything. So fob battery, if I need a spare fob battery. Not sure if there's anything else in here. I think there is a nut and bolt, because Bob needs something for his screen, so I do have a spare, so I'm going to take that with me. And because a bit like when you pack and take away a sponge bag, a toiletries bag, because I do go away with work quite a bit, I don't repack the bathroom. I have a duplicate set of everything. So this has got duplicates rather than putting tools into a separate toolkit when I go. So here's a tool I made. Because it's got that Recluse auto clutch, this just helps with the setting of the clutch bolt that runs through the middle if I need to adjust that. So I've got the other tools in there, and this just I made to get inside the clutch and be able to do it. And then I needed some way of tightening it, so I welded up a little set of nuts and bolts there to get the swing. I've got Allens and Torx, so one set of each, big and small, to connect to the ratchet, which is in the other part here. So again, I just sort of keep those wrapped and then they don't rattle, things like that. In here we've got a bit of a tool roll with various items. I've got the suspension tools, ratchet, pliers, a multi-tool there, extensions of the big and small kind for the ratchet, even a spoke spanner that I had from another bike, and a couple of main sockets. I've got a spark plug one and a 1/2 inch socket. Don't have too many other types of sockets really, and most things are not sort of socket types, and I think if you're going to have to start getting your bike apart, with major types of sockets, then you probably have bigger issues going on. A bigger spanner, a roll of electrical tape, cable ties, a little, what have we got? Just the clutch cover bolts. I ordered some because one broke, and got a couple of extras, and so they're in there. Little hose clamp spare, some tiny Allen keys that are sometimes for things like the quad lock connector or things like that. So they just sort of live in there. Quite handy to have. I think that's about it for that. So that's pretty comprehensive, and that'll go in the left side bag. Right, so that's the left-hand pannier. We've got that we're thinking about. In the pack on the other side, the one behind the rider, we've got this Jivvy tunnel bag, it's called. I've actually done a review on this on my channel months and months ago, maybe a couple of years ago. Things that go in there are things that I just want to grab and take into like the motel room or, you know, places where we're staying. What goes in there is that we do like tea and coffee of our own, and motels often only have small sachets, so we do like to take our own. So tea, coffee, sugar, coffee mate milk powder, which just, if we're stuck for milk, we can still have a coffee. I know it seems silly, but even just a long spoon and my own cup are things that I like to take because I like a good sized cup, and often in motels and places where you stay or go out, the serving is quite small because we'll be needing to charge a few things. You know, and again, in a motel, if you take out one plug socket, that's just you using it, and there's other people that need to charge. So multi-box. This charger's got 2 outlets, which is quite handy for a phone and a second item. And then the helmet intercom charger. Spare pair of earplugs for Dinah. Bob's going to get those. Lavalier microphone if I want to plug that into my GoPro, which is my camera there. Some headphones, because I like to have a listen to some things in the morning to start my day, so I want to have my headphones, and that's just a little bag to put those items in. So all of that fits into there. I'll take my helmet bag because I really like it, and I'll give it a clean every day, and that'll live in that overnight, of course, and that'll go in that right-hand side pannier, along with things like a cleaning cloth or 2, just a little bit of quick detailer. Baby wipes, always handy just to have wherever you are if you stop or have a drink or a pie or something, and you just need to wipe your hands right there, which is great. And even this, which just carries things like a bit of money, earplugs. It'll carry things like, for me as an old man, my hanky, my wallet, my phone might be on the handlebars or it might be in there. But the idea of that is, again, is I'll just chuck those things on the bike into this bag, but in a way that just keeps it all waterproof if it gets rained on, and it just keeps it all together as well. So that's the idea with all the gear. So spares, not much, clothing and shoes, all the other items that I'll need for sort of mechanics and first aid and things like that, and then stuff for the motel. And I think otherwise, I think we're looking pretty good. So first leg of the journey will be from Wellington up to Palmerston North, through to Taupo for the night. Dinah Bob will meet us in Palmerston North, then we will ride up together to Taupo. Now there's going to be a longer ride that day because there's major roadworks through the middle of the North Island of New Zealand, currently early 2025. For 2 months they've closed the road. So we'll have to go around the mountain or find another way, which would be great. And then from Taupo to Whangarei for 2 days, back to Waihi, and then back to Wellington at the end of the week. So do join us on the rides as we get up to seeing some of our great country together on this. I think it's like our 4th annual ride together, so it's going to be great, and look forward to taking you with us.
Hey everyone, this is Junior Bob coming to you from the Junior headquarters. Just going to go over a few things that I've packed for the trip coming up on my 2009 Ultra Classic. We'll start on the right hand side of the bike. This pannier has my wet weather gear in it, a onesie and my little booty covers, the cleaning essentials, microfiber, window cleaner, and the purple spray over there, which will make its way in a little bit later on. In the top box, got all my day-to-day things: cap, phone charger, wallet, keys, earplugs. My clothes bag will sit in the top here, and once we stop I can obviously put my helmet in here, having so much room, which is great. Around to the left hand side of the motorcycle, I have my spare gloves, spare bandana, shoes, jandals, and the air pump for the air suspension on the rear, just in case I need to alter it on the road at any stage. Always handy to have it just in case. And then on the front, I've got my little custom made by Bobberbob phone mount, which is obviously not on there at the moment, but just in the process of cleaning it before we get ready to go. So that's everything at the moment, and I'm sure I'll see you on the road.
Morning everybody, welcome back to the channel. Dino Bob here on the Bobberbob channel. Like and subscribe. This morning is day one of the boys rally, starting from Palmerston North of all place. I'm going to make my way there and meet Bobberbob himself and Junior Bob tomorrow morning. Here's my 2015 FXDL. I've done a few mods since you saw it last to suit the rally, so here you go. Here is the lowrider. You can see that's a few mods since I showed you all last. I've put the screen on there, bought that off Trade Me, picked it up off a guy. It's a great screen, fantastic Harley piece, nice and tall, nice and wide, protects the tank really nicely. I really like that. On the back side, I've gone with the Oxford T45 45 litre roll bag, and I've just strapped that on to my sissy bar there with a few of those zippy ties from Middleton. They were like $10. Also picked up that sissy bar just to hold my bag for this trip, and I've also gone thrashing all the way around. So I've got the thrashing handlebar bag, the OG one there for my wallet, my keys, my phone. It's really good. I've also gone for the saddle bags from thrashing. The essential saddle bags, they tie through on some really great fastenings there underneath the fender, so that's really good. Other than that, it's pretty much standard. It's great. Love the bike. It's been fantastic. I'm sure you'll see more of it in the coming few days.
It's our first official to the stop. With the GoPro is rubbish.
Like every freaking
Oh, sorry. Like I say, every new product's $1,000.
Yeah.
You know. With a 360, that's $1,000.
Just by the time you set it up. You could have told me that before you set it
You want to do windscreen? That's $1,000.
It is though. It's ridiculous.
So we've come up from Wellington. You came down from the Waihi
Yes.
to Palmerston North, so we met in Palmy. And we're now in for Wanganui, I believe.
Wanganui, indeed. With the actual, without the actual.
Having some tacos. Old Thrashers and
Metaphorically.
and Dino
Thrash
here.
Bob.
Thrash Bob.
I used it in my pre-commencement speech. I said I've just gone all thrashed out, something like that on the video.
Yeah, yeah. Thrashing around.
Yeah.
Your pre-commencement. But the weather's great. Fantastic. The traffic may get a bit thicker, but there may not be too much footage of that because I can't film it.
Yes.
So from here we're going to go through the Taupo, possibly stopping from it. But not that we need to from here. But
No, you could potentially have a look. It's like a stop at National Park near the mountain somewhere.
so we might stop near the mountain
Yeah.
for a photo opportunity.
Indeed. Potentially, we could do that. That would be great.
The bikes are looking resplendent in the car park. Let's have a look.
This is a good view for lunchtime.
It's a great view.
What's this place called? The Absolute Lake
View.
Absolute Lake View. Why is that? Because you can absolutely see the lake. I just love the name of it. Lake Taupo. Right, we're just going to pull over to the space over there, which is in front of number 2. Put the kettle on, unpack, and just probably strip off a few layers. Find the spa pool, apparently there's one.
That sounds good to me. A spa.
And find somewhere for dinner to go to. Have a cuppa. These two swapped bikes on the way, so Junior went on Dinah's bike and Dinah went on Junior's bike, and they've been comparing the differences. Just going to rearrange ourselves.
CRC and you baked it, you did? No, I didn't. I should go to Mitre 10 and get a little baby can. For what? Lube up my stand, it keeps squeaking every time I put it down.
I've still got that can from the Batman Row, that little one. Just don't have it with me.
Good, then I can nose in
Right in the middle.
into middle.
Beautiful. That's lovely.
All right.
Job done. Cup of tea time, I think.
Oh, I think so. That'd be lovely.
What do you think, Dinah Bob?
I agree with that sentiment.
Right, we're going to have a go at the Lake Taupo hole-in-one challenge.
Show me how it's done, John. John Daly. Oh, yes! Oh, that's lovely.
Just yeah.
Was it far?
No, just to the left.
Just to the left?
There's accommodation. There's the golf place.
Do you know what it's like, Chris?
Yeah, I don't do if buts and maybes, I do absolutes.
I knew the absolute was somewhere.
You hit the thing?
I hit it 3 times.
3 times. You hit the thing?
Hit it twice.
Hit it twice, good. I think I got 3 hits, but in the end of the day, they got $90 off us.
Yeah.
Just paid that lad's wages for
But we got
half a day.
Yeah, half a day, yeah.
Let's walk through to the pool.
To the dual house.
Ooh. Do you want to see if it's warm? Is it?
Well, there's stairs around the corner. Unless it's rooms.
Is it nice? Like a heated pool, like a thermal pool?
It would be nice to go into.
Oh, there we are. There's the spa. Well, that looks nice. Well, that's nice and not too hot. It's lovely and warm.
Oh, okay.
Would you like to clean the pool? Oh, what's in it? Ooh. Oh, there is too. Oh wow, that is clumpy.
And that is broken.
And that is broken. Oh.
Yummy.
That's the gym. Brilliant. Is that the deeper end or is... Oh, looks like, yeah.
There's also a wrapper and a mosquito in there.
Yes, I can see other hair on the top of the pool. Is it a wrapper from a lolly? Oh, a wrapper and a mosquito.
Is it chlorinated or is it just milky?
All right, well...
At least it's worn up.
Oh, true. The hot box.
Oh, it is on.
It is. Ooh.
Well, I don't know, you might have to pay extra for that, I don't know.
What, to be in a hot wooden shed?
Yes.
All right. Oh, the light is broken. Excellent.
I had Roy for dinner on our anniversary because we're like, oh, let's get something for dinner, but I guess get something better than.
Where's the Roy? What's he doing? Oh, of course. Taupo.
I just thought here.
Mulligans.